How to become an audio engineer, brought to you by jobsearchchannel.com.
All right, what's going on today, guys? So today I'm going to be going over the question of how a music producer gets discovered. So I've been working in music production for over 10 years now, though I am learning every single day. Music is one of those things that when you get into it, you quickly realize that the music industry is ever changing along with technology. You look at streaming, how that's kind of changed in the past decade. I mean, essentially that's a good example about how things are always in a constant evolution, and you will always be learning when you get into music. I got started in music because it's always been a huge passion of mine. Now, music production wasn't necessarily my biggest passion right out the gate, but I eventually got into it because I wanted to see what the production side was all about. And that was starting off from a singer and guitarist playing in different bands and touring around the country and such. I did a few internships over at some studios out here in LA, which were really, really great. I learned a lot there, and eventually got a job working as a music producer at a sync music studio out here in Los Angeles, where I've been working full-time for about 2 years now. So you might want to know the answer to the question of how music producers get discovered because you're interested in becoming a music producer as a career, though you're not sure how to go about getting the work that you've done discovered by the masses. In my experience, there are many ways that a music producer can get discovered. Now, one, you should start by funneling down your target audience. That is very, very, very important. Ask yourself who you want to reach as a music producer. Are you looking to be big in the electronic world? Maybe you're looking to be big in the rock world, maybe the hip-hop world, maybe a subset of the hip-hop world, lo-fi hip-hop. It really depends. You need to find your audience. You need to find your target. Without that, you're floating. You're floating in an open ocean. You have nothing for people to grab onto. These are questions that you need to ask yourself. Do you want your music to be for young teens or maybe older adults? What demographic? Is your music in English? Is it in Spanish? And is it in another language? These are all going to be things that correlate with your target audience. And if you end up spreading yourself too thin, you could run the risk of being unable to nail down an identity for yourself. And, music producers without identities don't really get big jobs, don't really make it just because people don't latch onto it. Next, you want to find people that make the same music that you like. Get in touch with these people and talk to them about music. Go on SoundCloud, go on Spotify, find some artists that are in your area and talk to them about music. Don't spam people with links to your music. That's very important. You want to be a real person, be natural, and let the conversations about your music happen naturally. Simply surround yourself with others who like music, and you'll hopefully find more work and more exposure that way. Go to shows, go on online forums with music producers in your same field, and you'll find the right people. Next, you want to focus on influential people. If your goal is to get discovered, you want to try and find influential people like artists, label managers, DJs, journalists, etc. These are the people who might give your work the time of day. And a lot of these people, in my experience, are more than happy to give your music a listen if they are into discovering new talent. And a lot of people are. I am very into discovering new talent. When I find a great band or a great producer, I want to share that with other people. Lastly, focus on your online presence. So important these days. Social media is huge. Make sure that you're always sharing your posts, hashtagging your posts, making content every single day that people want to watch. And eventually, if your content hits people in the right way, it will spread naturally. The road is very, very long, but if you love music, it's absolutely worth it. All right, guys, that's pretty much it on my little talk of how music producers get discovered. If you guys have any other questions, be sure to check the description and get in touch with us. All right, take it easy.